Welcome to Anatomy of a Strategy. I'm Stephanie Forster.
And I'm Tara Hunt.
And if you're new to this podcast, Anatomy of a Strategy is a marketing podcast that explores the hidden psychology and behaviors that drive marketing strategies. It's not about marketing per se.
It's not?
Well, it is, but not how people may think of marketing.
Right. We aren't here to celebrate and rehash case studies as much as we're here to dissect the culture in and around the successes and failures of marketing. We want to ask, what was going on in the world that helped that message succeed and that other one fail?
Yeah. Anatomy of a Strategy is less of a marketing practice podcast and more of a marketing thought podcast.
Exactly. So our guests won't be the typical marketing podcast guests. In fact, some of those that we reached out to turned us down initially when we asked them to be on the podcast because they didn't understand what they had to do with marketing.
Yeah, and to give you a sense, we will be talking to and have to talk to linguists, economists, psychologists, activists, sociologists, journalists, anthropologists, biologists, data scientists, historians, statisticians, urban planners, and the list goes on.
That's a lot of ists.
It is a lot of ists.
Well, I'm really excited about this, Steph. And as you know, this is how we explore strategies in our own work. But most people think of marketing as the marketing practice side, mostly about the ads and the creative that they're inundated with. But what we're really keen on demonstrating is that these are the visible outputs and only a small fraction of the impact marketing thought has on the world and our economy.
And I'm excited too because they didn't teach this stuff in university. And I myself used to think marketing was the same as advertising and just an annoying way to interrupt me and shove useless consumerism and pop-up ads down my throat.
There's definitely a lot of useless consumerism that's tied to marketing thought and practice too. But there's so much more happening that we do not see.
Exactly. What I've learned is that marketing can help improve public safety. It can reduce racism. It can improve public health. It brings us closer together, and it can even make the world a better place, believe it or not. And on the flip side, though, it can undo all of that as well. So it's really important that scientists, artists, environmentalists, health organizations, community leaders, and others doing positive work can have marketing knowledge at their disposal so they can get out these messages.
Absolutely. And this is why we, two women's studies graduates setting out to change the world, eventually gravitated towards marketing of all things. Though we really hate demographics and discussions of generational divides, I'm a Gen Xer raised in the excessive 80s and watched social change be completely co-opted by profiteers.
And I'm of the generation marketers can't get enough of.
Woo-hoo,
I'm a millennial, yes. Raised post 9/11 as the social internet was coming to fruition. So I'm cynical enough to not buy into the commercialization of social change, but I feel like I've watched social change be confused by message bots and fake news.
These are both examples of the machinations of marketing and part of everything we want to explore on Anatomy of a Strategy. Our goal for this podcast is to learn and share with you, our audience, as we learn. As we learn, we all make smarter decisions.
Is it safe to say that sometimes we may fail in this quest?
Oh, most definitely. These are big subjects we're going to be tackling.
And we, alas, are mere marketers.
Alas, indeed.
However, we do hope that you'll join us in this exploration and not only to passively listen, but to participate.
Yes, and here is how you can participate. Number 1, give us feedback, comments, fill in the blanks that we're struggling with.
And number 2, let us know if we got something wrong. Educate us.
Absolutely. And number 3, if you think we got something wrong and want to join us in a conversation on the podcast to tell us how and show us the way, do let us know.
Please. And if you know someone that should tell us how we're wrong or that we should just talk to, that's number 4. Send us their information. We know our network is a bubble sometimes.
Absolutely. Steph, I'm excited about exploring these big questions.
Me too.
We hope you are too. If you are, subscribe on iTunes or wherever you listen to podcasts and just search for Anatomy of a Strategy if you don't see it there right away.
And follow us on Twitter at Anatomy of a Strat for the podcast. And I'm at Stephanie F. That's STEFANIF. For my own tweets.
And I'm at Miss Rogue, MISSROGUE, to follow me.
And if you enjoy our conversations, please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. It'll help others find us too.
And share with friends and colleagues. Word of mouth is still one of the most powerful forms of marketing.
Thank you and talk soon.
Thank you.